It's the kind of place that should feel safe. A sleepy little school in a nowhere town, quiet except for the rustle of wind through half-dead trees and the distant sound of cicadas. Or, is that the rattle of something else? The people here don't talk much, and when they do, it's always just shy of the truth. One class in particular stands out. Students wear grief-like uniforms, teachers shuffle with the dread of the damned, and there's a girl no one acknowledges, as if pretending she doesn't exist keeps something at bay. You ever feel like you're watching people try not to breathe for fear that death will notice them? Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Daemon, and today sometimes horror is the perfect metaphor for societal decay. And what better metaphor is there than a class of teenagers cursed to die horribly because a bunch of adults couldn't deal with grief like grown-ups? That's right. Today's descent into animated despair is a little show from 2012 that opens like Final Destination but plays out like The Ring if it had better pacing and a school setting. No supernatural tape, no weird Samara girl. Just a class of teenagers trapped in a death spiral because nobody wants to acknowledge the truth. Grief spreads like mold if you seal it up and pretend it isn't there. In this anime, our protagonist Koichi transfers into a class with rules so strict they could have been written by a bureaucrat possessed by Lovecraft. Don't talk to her. Don't ask about that. Don't breathe the wrong way, or you might end up on the wrong side of a parasol, a staircase, or an umbrella. You see, this class is cursed, not metaphorically, literally. The kind of curse that stacks bodies like cordwood and does it with the sort of imagination that makes Final Destination look like an OSHA training video. There's a mystery here, of course. The titular another, one extra person in the class. Someone who shouldn't be there, someone dead, whose presence tips the balance of reality and causes the deaths to begin. And once they start, hoo boy, the writers do not hold back. Heads get impaled, bodies burned, and the characters descend into madness and suspicion as quickly as you can say, "It's not my fault." Now, horror doesn't work without atmosphere, and this anime delivers. The soundtrack, phenomenal. Dissonant strings and haunting pianos follow every hallway like an omen. The visuals drip with decay, dampness, and that distinctly Japanese brand of horror where silence is more frightening than a scream. It's that what the hell is wrong with this place energy that elevates the show beyond simple gore and gives it real teeth. But here's where it gets interesting. The show doesn't give you all the answers, and that's a feature, not a bug. Too many people today demand their stories come with cheat sheets. If you can't piece things together on your own, maybe the story's not the problem. Maybe you just got too used to lazy writing that handholds the audience. This one respects your intelligence. It gives you a trail of breadcrumbs and dares you to follow them through the woods without getting eaten. Now, I'll be real, the first half is the best. That creeping horror, immaculate. The eye patch girl, Mei Misaki, iconic. But when the bodies start hitting the floor en masse and it leans more into slasher territory, it's still good. Just a little less chilling and a bit more thrilling. Doesn't ruin it, though. You'll still be glued to your screen, especially during one of the most chaotic and brutal final acts I've seen in anime. This is the kind of show you binge without meaning to, the kind that makes your family member gasp at episode 3 and swear out loud, even if she never swears. And yeah, I watched this with someone, and that did happen. It's that good. And hey, to the person on X, you know, the one who said all anime is for a certain demographic, this and the next anime I'm going to talk about prove otherwise. Because while you're busy assuming animation equals Saturday morning cartoons, the rest of us are out here watching blood-soaked metaphors for trauma and loss, with sacrificial rituals, suicides, and existential dread. You know, for kids. If you can make me feel genuinely uneasy, you've done something right. Ignore the complaints about plot holes. They're not holes, they're open doors waiting for you to walk through with your brain switched on. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where, naturally, I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.